Yeah, I'm about to lead in this moment, and I apologize. It's gonna take a bit, but it's gonna be good. So I don't know. I'm just gonna start off by this. I don't know where I got this from. I don't know if this is from God. I don't know if I've seen this before. So if there's anyone out there who knows what this is from, let me know. But there's this imagery that has been stuck in my head ever since, and it is probably the best imagery to sort of tag team what you just said there, Andrew. You know, if you're someone out there right now who's watching this, and you are wondering, you know, you're on the fence with Jesus and you just need that. I don't want to say that push over the fence, because I don't want to push anyone over the fence, but you need to see, like, truthfully, what God's love actually looks like for you. I really hope that this imagery helps. So I want you all to imagine that you're in a room and you were instructed to go to the front of the room, and on a pedestal, there is a book. All right. There's a book on the pedestal. All right. And this book is sitting there, and you're instructed to read as much of the book as you want. And when you are finished reading, you are to sit in the front row and just sit there while other people come in and read the book. And you go, okay. So you go to the front, you take the book and you look at it and you look for the title, right? That's the first thing we always do. We look for the title. And as you look at the title of that book is your name. And you open up the first page and you see a detailed description of your birth. And you keep reading through and you start to see these detailed descriptions. You go, okay, it's like a biography of my life. However, the more you keep reading, the more you realize this is more than just a biography which highlights the best parts of your life. This is every single detail, minute by minute, second by second. And it's more than that. It's hitting all the bad things as well. So you're seeing, like, the times you hit your brother, the times you've cursed out your mother, the times that you've done things that you shouldn't have done. And as you go further, all of a sudden you see something even worse. Your thoughts are in there as well. And you all of a sudden realize, this is my entire life, all of me in this book. And you get to a point where you all of a sudden can't turn the page anymore. It's not possible to turn. You're at this exact moment. And now you know it's time for you to sit down. And you sit down in the front row, and people that you know start walking in to read your book. And I don't know about you, but I'd be like, oh, no. That book needs to burn. Like goodbye. But they start reading. A couple of people read a couple pages and they walk away. A couple of people read a couple more. And you just see people, person after person coming down the aisle, reading this book, reading your life, your thoughts, your every single thing in your life. And then at the point where you think you cannot bear it anymore, Jesus walks down the aisle and he comes to your book. And unlike everyone else who just reads a couple pages here and there, he starts right at the beginning and reads page 1, page 2, page 3. And he goes through meticulously through every single page of the book. And there are times when he smiles. There's times when he lets out a little chuckle. But the majority of the time, there's a frown, a shaking of the head, a tear falling down the side of his cheek. And then you realize, as you're sitting there just like, how can this be happening? This has got to be a dream. All of a sudden you realize that Jesus has gone further than anyone else. He's gone past to now. He's going all the way to the end, and he goes to the very last page. And then, I don't know about you, but this moment, please don't turn, Jesus. Please don't look at me, right? That feeling of, don't look at me. I don't want to see you right now. This is too much. But Jesus does something you're not expecting. He reaches into his cloak and pulls out an identical book. But that book says his name on it. Jesus, the Christ, the Son of God. And he places both books next to each other. And with the swipe of his hand, he takes the names off of both books. And with his finger, he writes your name on his book and writes his name on your book. And he takes your book with now his name on it to the cross. That is the love that Jesus has for you. He took everything, every thought, every desire, every evil thing, everything in your life that you've ever said, done, thought, and he took it to the cross and said, it is finished. It is done. And then he leaves you this book. He leaves you this book with his name on it so that you can one day go to the Father in heaven. He says, what have you done? And you hand him this book and he reads it from page 1 to page end. And he says, well done, my good and faithful servant. That's the love that God has for you. And I really hope that speaks to someone today.
Powerful, dude.